So the guy's video that I reviewed in my last video made a response video. But before we get into that, let's just talk about the last video real quick. Now, that video wasn't just about him and how he was manipulating things to try to prove a point, but it was also about the ignorant individuals that will just ignorantly believe what he says without fact checking, without looking into it, without researching anything. And at the same time, they share it, they congratulate him, and they instigate more ignorant behavior. Not just by telling an ignorant individual to continue being ignorant, but also spreading that misinformation, spreading it to more ignorant people. And it's not just this dude that's doing that. You can't listen to anything Zaire says, or Crap Gamer, or Showstopper, or any of those other ignorant fanboys out there. You can't listen to them. Because their own agenda comes before getting the truth and the facts out there. They're not here to educate you. They're here to make you more ignorant, just like them. And I don't understand why someone would make a response video and not actually respond to anything said in the video. Instead, he says that I was pretending to be illiterate and stupid, and that I took his video out of context. But nowhere in his entire video, and it was only about 3 minutes long, nowhere did he actually show how I took his video out of context. And hey, if I took your video out of context, that means you should easily be able to counter what I said, since I didn't actually respond properly to what you previously stated, right? But that wasn't the case, was it? No. Stop it, kitty. I have a bag on the floor from Kenneth Cole, and she's just crawling inside the bag. Stop it. No. You're making too much noise. Anyway, back to the video. Now, he also said that I was skinny, and the reason why I make these videos is because I need the pony YouTube money. I don't know what's with these morons on the internet that claim a person needs YouTube money when they only make about 4 or 5 videos within a span of 6 months. How is that a need for YouTube money? That right back there, that is a $6 jug of juice from Whole Foods. $6. I go to Whole Foods every day. I'm not hurting for money. And no, I don't need YouTube money so that I don't lack in vitamins and minerals. Whatever that's supposed to mean. But alas, when you make a response to a video and it's not actually a response to the actual video that you're trying to respond to, you know what you have to fill the video up with? Nothing but jabs, insults, and whatever you can make up along the way. Speaking of making things up, come here, buddy. Let me talk to you real quick. You showed a 4K PC setup, right? You're claiming that you're a 4K gamer, right? Interesting. Because you know, when I zoomed in on your display, well, actually, you zoomed in and then I looked at it a little bit, a little closer. That is a Hitachi display that you're saying is part of your 4K gaming setup. Now, I want everyone up there, open a new tab, there we go. Open a new tab, go to Google, or if you got Bing rewards, go ahead and go to Bing. But type in Hitachi 4K display. Oh, you can't find a television from Hitachi that's 4K, can you? You can't find a monitor that's 4K from Hitachi, can you? So, my friend, what have we learned here? If you're going to lie about being a 4K PC gamer, at least have a monitor or a television in your setup from a manufacturer that actually sells 4K displays. But alas, like I said, When you don't have shit to say, when you don't have anything to counter, you gotta make shit up. That's just how fanboys are. And again, these people lie, and these people in their comment sections, they believe them. No matter how many times I can prove an individual lies, there's someone out there that will still support and believe them. Now, he did actually go back to the 1080p arguments, so let's go ahead and just take a quick look at some of the extra things that he said. Now, this dude is trying to say that the PS4 version of games, being 1080p, experience frame rate issues and have worse graphics. But nowhere did he actually prove this point, and instead, when he tried to do this, he actually countered himself and showed how stupid he was. Like GTA 5. He shows a forum post, a single user out of millions in the world having issues on the PS4 version of GTA 5. But here's where he made a little mistake. On the Xbox One and the PS4, both versions are 1080p and 30 frames per second. And there's people experiencing issues on both versions of the game. But what you also fail to know is that the PS4 version has a little more detail than the Xbox One. Remember all the grass talk? Just a little bit more detail. But hey, the PS4 version is worse because it's 1080p, even though both versions are the same. And it has mediocre graphics, even though it has a little bit more detail. Okay. You made this very same mistake with your forum post of Alien Isolation. Again, both games are 1080p, 30 frames per second on both platforms. And people experienced issues on both. Let's just look stuff up before we put it in a video. And then another forum post here from the PlayStation website. This one particular user says that he's having PS4 frame rate issues in every game. Why? And of course, this guy zooms in on just the title of the actual thread and doesn't actually let you read what the dude says. No problems in Resogun, so it's Call of Duty, Killzone, and Contrast so far. Every game is just 3 to this one individual user. But hey, once again, you gotta manipulate what's put before you to try to make a point. That's what these fools do. And lastly, yes, you're right. There was indeed frame rate issues on the PS4 version of Call of Duty Ghost. And hey, we actually have a legitimate example here. The PS4 version was 1080p and the Xbox One version was 720p. Now, it's understandable that 1080p is going to have frame rate issues over a lower resolution. But this ain't the fucking game to use that example, because there's frame rate issues in the Xbox One version as well at 720p. So all of your examples failed. Now, it's just a normal thing to think that, a lower resolution means better frame rates. But damn, son, you make this way too easy. Even Titanfall, at its weird 792p resolution, still had frame rate issues on the Xbox One. So there you go. There's proof right there that lower resolutions don't mean steady frame rates. Especially not in today's day and age with these developers. So instead of proving your point, you instead demolished yourself. And hey, sometimes it doesn't even take the resolution on the Xbox One to affect the frame rate of a game. And there's not much else after that. Except for this really weird point while he was trying to compare a 1080p 60 frames per second abstract indie game that's a puzzler to the graphics of Killer Instinct at 720p 60 frames. Two completely different styles, two completely different games, two completely different genres. There's no way you can compare these two. But this is what they have to do. They have to be ignorant in order to have something to say. And that's all these dudes on the Xbox side. all these fanboys, they have to make shit up. Otherwise, they won't have anything to say. There's a reason why they're the only ones that have to damage control and lie and manipulate things to try to get something to say, to try to make a point. It's a very good reason for that. And I don't think I have to go any deeper into it because all of you guys watching this video, it's already evident. It's already evident. And of course, this dude was in the comment section of his video talking about how he can beat me in a debate. I don't think so, man. I really don't. All you've done is lie, and all you've done is, prove that you're a fraud. There's no way you'd be able to beat anyone in a debate. And I know a lot of Xbox dudes are going to see this video and they're going to claim that I'm some kind of Sony fanboy. I'm a fanboy of facts, people. I'm a fanboy of what's real. And that's all I bring to the table. I mean, those Xbox dudes, you guys have seen them in my debates. They claim that I'm biased. They claim that I'm unfair. And I've brought them live in front of thousands of people and asked them for one example of me being a fanboy, one example of me saying something that's unfair, something that's biased. And none of them could ever give an example. Yet they still say it all the time. And each time I ask them, they don't want to touch that question, ever. Some of y'all in Gaming Battlegrounds know exactly who I'm talking about. Speaking of Gaming Battlegrounds, shout out to my boy Brody. I've been meaning to give him a shout out for a while, and he's reminded me for the last 6 months or whatever. Brody's my dude. He's in Gaming Battlegrounds. Gaming Battlegrounds is essentially a place where you can come and argue and bicker about consoles and gaming. It's a good group. I'm in there every day. I'll leave a link in the description. But anyway, that's all I've got to say for now, guys. Thank you for watching the video. And please, if you see fit, if you feel that what I stated in this video was the truth and nothing but the truth, by all means, share the video. Because Lord knows, Lord Gaben knows, the one thing we need in the gaming community is more truth seekers.